You mean die with them?
If death would see us reunited.
좋아요 20개
Yes.
감사합니다. 또. 찾았다. 이런 거겠지. 담배 한번 펴주고. 나 지금 총이 없는데? 바로 주네. 기가 막히게. 잠깐만.
My dear baby. I want him found.
바로 들키는구나 이거 쏘면은. 바로 앞에까지 온다고? 와, 스턴 걸고 째버리네.
We need reinforcements.
와, 혈액팩 많이 모아놓기 잘했다. 진짜 자기 자식인가? 비비가? 왜 이렇게 비비에 집착하는 거지? 어서들 아주. 아머 플레이트도 있다. 우와 저라. 아주 커프야? 뭐라고? 파파파파파. 나이스. 두 번째. 너무 반칙이야. 스톤 걸고 째는 거. 소스 라이프 하나 더 챙겨. 나 너무하네 친구들. 아, 감동. 아. 끝났어.
This is all my fault. I should never have put you in that prison.
감옥, 병원에 말하는 건가? 왜 이러는 거야? 두 번째를 확인하는 거구나. 똑똑하다. 수염 잘한 거 봐. 세상에. 뭐야.
Lou, how's little Lou doing?
잘 돌아왔네.
No
얘도.
response. Well, look at that. The child's taking a shine to me. You two were out cold, so I had you brought here. You were right. Whatever you did back there returned us to our own world. I put your cargo and gear in your private box. You slept for a whole day, you know. Slept like the dead. I'm already back in Capital Knot. Fragile's beach has been coming in handy. Sam, I owe you an apology. Lou was the name you were going to give your own baby if he'd had made it. I should have pieced it together sooner.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I found some records from 10 years ago. A death, sudden, in the middle of a town. Young woman in the prime of her life. Nobody knew until it was too late. A void out. Her husband, who was a member of Bridges, had dooms. He tried, but he couldn't get to her in time.
쌤의 과거야?
The whole town was wiped off the map, leaving nothing but a big crater and him. Because he was a repatriate. People wanted answers. Did the man hide his wife's body on purpose? The only survivor was the only suspect. He was easy to blame, and people did. And pretty soon, they were blaming Bridges too. The man felt responsible, so he left. And his wife, who died, her name was Lucy. She'd been pregnant, poor woman. They were going to name their son Lou.
Didn't happen.
But it did. President Strand told me. She talked about you all the time. He didn't have to cut all ties and walk away, she said.
You wanna shut the fuck up?
Calm down, Sam. Take a seat.
괜히 아픈 과거 얘기를
I
꺼내가지고.
told you before about my body. 70% harvested from cadavers. Do you want to know the real reason why? Because the story you've heard is one I made up. The truth is, I'm Frankenstein's monster. Artificial. Grown from
그래서
pluripotent
이마에
stem
이
cells.
자국이 있는 거구나.
And when that vital spark didn't manifest in all my organs, they replaced the defective ones with those of the dead. I never had a birthday. I'm a soulless meat puppet. No ka, a dead man. People born the traditional way have beaches. You have one. BB too. But I have no such connections. No mother. No afterlife. No beach. You see now why I'm so obsessed with it all? Why I joined Bridges? The battlefield. Now that was an awful beach. But strangely, I didn't hate it. Because I knew you were coming for me.
거라는 거.
I've never felt that before. Connected to someone, anyone. You didn't have to cut all ties and walk away. The president was right about that much.
Wasn't anything to walk away from. It's not like I was ever welcome there.
Come on, even I was welcome. Oh, that. You were holding it.
군만줄.
It's an old dog tag, US issue. Wasn't easy prying it out of your hand. Clifford Unger, as you can see. I looked him up in our database.
클리포드.
Found a match. He was US Army Special Forces. Fought in Kosovo, Iraq, Afghanistan.
That's him.
Well, that's all I've managed to dig up so far. You must be caked in chiral matter from the battlefield. Time for a shower, I'd say. Oh, I won't be joining you this time. The Die Hardman issue is no longer a concern. I've seen to it that our conversations won't be recorded.
피터성이 빨리 씻자. 수염도 좀 밀어야겠는데?
As As you might have suspected, time here stopped while you two were on that battlefield. If my thinking is correct, the dimension to which you traveled is a kind of beach. To explain a little, our bodies, our ha, all occupy the same world, but our souls, our ka, have beaches all their own.
하.
These beaches are given form inside our brains by our beliefs, religion, philosophy, and so forth. As a result, a beach can be anything, and those anythings form a multiverse. However, if many people die at once, their beaches can become entangled, creating a strand field. This phenomenon is exacerbated in wartime by omnipresent feelings of resentment and despair. Beaches are more easily and frequently entangled. On such a beach, exits vanish and experiences cycle endlessly. Picture it like a record player. The needle skips, playing the same phrase again and again. They're fighting a battle that has no beginning or end. Round and round it goes. Now, the battlefield you visited was in Eastern Europe in World War II. Which is strange, given that the man you encountered, Clifford Unger, played no part in that conflict. I can't explain it, but if you can connect me to the chiral network, who knows what we might discover.
Still there, Sam? If so, I have a request. When you're ready, head upstairs to the delivery terminal.
오케이. 데드맨이랑 연결해가지고 먼저 연결해가지고 누가 깜짝이야. 끔찍해. 와, 피규어 엄청 많이 늘었다. 악몽과의 기회. 와, 10개래.
That should suffice. Glad to see everything's in good working order. Another of our new EX grenades, the number 1. So named because it contains a vaporized extract formulated from your urine.
소변이래.
Compared to our first iteration, this EX grenade contains a higher concentration of your
BT한테 던지면
fluids,
효율적이구나,
which
이
should
아이템이.
make it more effective against BTs. Whenever you avail yourself of your private room's facilities, we will collect the results and produce additional units for your use.
배설물까지.
So you needn't worry about
아주 그냥 쌤의 모든
running
것을
out.
다 써버리는구만. 나중에 때도 쓰지 그래. Let's go, Sam. 1, 2, 3, 체크.
Can I help you? Holy shit. John,
좋은
that you?
누구야?
what are you doing here? My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year.
어? 다이아드맨 아니야?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were there.
목소리도 약간 비슷한 것 같기도 하고. 약간 흑인인 거 보니까 약간 다이아드맨인 것 같은데. 그럼 다이아드맨 몇 살이야? 지금까지 살아있으면?
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
없었어.
Clear.
Sam, the west side of that region is covered by a
뭔가
massive tar
맞는 것
belt.
같으면서 아닌 것 같으면서.
Beyond it is Edgenot City, the last bastion of civilization you'll find that far out.
엑스노트 시리.
It's your final destination.
마지막이래. 엔딩인가 보다 이제.
Once you use the Cupid to connect it, the chiral network will span the entire continent.
왜 서부는 안
The
가?
rebirth of America is so close. And remember, that's where Amelie is being held
에밀리 서부에
captive.
있다지 않았어? 왜
We
중부?
need you to bring her home safely. But before you
중부가
cross the
끝인가?
tar belt, there's one more knot we need you to tie. Hartman will help you get it done.
앞서사. 저기 또 가야 돼.
Sam, I'd like for you to bring me a few things. First, the dog tags you took from that soldier. Tuck them away in a pocket so you don't misplace them. Second, Mama's corpse. Her body shows no signs of necrosis, and I, for one, would like very much to know the reason why. Closer study may yield information that could prove instrumental in
마마는
helping us to
죽고
overcome
네크로아가 안
the
됐나
stranding.
보다.
Suffice it to say,
1 minute remaining.
I don't have much time. See to your preparations. I'll be waiting. You'll find an official order on the terminal.
오케이. 마마 모시고 갈게 그럼. 마마 시체.
All right, Sam. Take care of her. And don't worry, she won't go necro. Millingan's special. Be funny if these Ha of ours ended up being the key to saving us all.
그냥 바닥에 내버려놨어? 어쩔 수 없네. 그럼 오토바이 탈 수가 없네.
Thanks, Sam. Keep up the good work. Weapons restrictions lifted.
짐도 많아가지고 아이고. 근데 가면서 다 쓸 거니까. 이쪽으로 말고 이쪽으로 가서 사다리를 쓰면서 가자. 그렇지. 이렇게 완경사라면은 갈 수가 있죠. 오, 뭐야, 벌써 다 왔어. 제가 왔습니다, 하트맨.
Delivery complete. Displaying.
왜 8%나 돼? 안전하게 왔는데?
Request to join UCA. Registered. Awaiting.
오케이, 바로 연결도 해주고. 보온 패드.
Please proceed into the facility with the cadaver. Good work.
하트맨. Are you in there? 재채기한 소리가 나. 소생까지? 저 소생까지 남은 시간이 뭐야? 뭐야, 불러놓고는 자고 있어. 이런 노래 틀어놓고 잔다고? 클래식을 틀어놓고 9 8 7 6
Hardman.
5 4 3 2 1
Administering shock. Stand clear.
뭐야? 소생까지. 우와.
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down.
죽었다 살아나는 거야? 계속?
Glad you could make it, Sam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am.
악수 절대 안 하죠, 우리 쌤.
Ah, please lay her down there.
우와,
Still no sign of her.
우와. 오.
You know your heart stops beating.
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach and then return.
신기하다.
60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the sea an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,549. I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial cordiphobia.
하트형 심장 증후군이 뭐야?
Mine is an especially unusual case. I have pictures. Care to see Hartman's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should.
안 보고
It doesn't
싶대잖아.
run in the family.
진짜 하트 모양이야?
You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the beach is real and they are on it. I would induce cardiac arrest, 3 minutes at a time, and search for them, day after day after day.
Also, you could say goodbye.
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different.
해변이 약간 능력인
So
것
what if
같아.
everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If death would see us reunited,
좋아요 20개
yes.
감사합니다.
but the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Hartman.
하트만.
I'm glad we could have this conversation.
악수 안 한다고요.
A
먹었어.
body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
마마 시신으로 뭘 하려고
Where's
어딜
the other
더듬는
thing
거야?
I was supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
이게 뭐야?
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary
데드맨이라
conduit
했어.
between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes
좋아요.
to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short. I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child. One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War era soldiers wander the beach?
핵심만 말해. 시간도 없잖아. 자러 갈 거잖아.
Normally the souls of the dead move on.
아,
The
인식표.
beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned.
연호.
Clifford Unger.
발음 되게 좋다.
His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest.
그니까 혼잣말 그만하고
Proceed to a safe location.
It's just a
핵심을 말해.
theory.
핵심을.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back?
뭐야? 못 나가?
Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you. We'll continue this shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
그럼 3분 동안 뭐 해야 돼? 구경하는 거야? 좋아요 또 받았어. 뭐 안 떠? 확대하기밖에 없는 거야? BT 여기서 최대한 좋아요 모아야겠네. 아마 뭐야? 고래? 오, 신기하다. 거꾸로 흘러. 아, 이 모래시계 어쩌면은 그 철물점 그 꼬마애가 만든 걸 수도 있겠네. 딸 이쁘네. 안돼, 좋아요 더 뜯을 거야. 샷.
No luck. Visit 218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes. And no. Now that I'm acclimated to it, it
씻지도
isn't
못하는 거
especially
아니야?
onerous. Defecation, pollution,
바로 나오네.
nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot.
21분 안에
Sleep is the
좀 할 수
tricky one.
있다고?
And intercourse, I suppose. Verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music? Watch films? You know, I keep busy. I have a collection of music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories. Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding, of course.
되게 짧은 거. 무성
But honestly,
영화구나.
the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to
쌤이
open up to
자기 얘기를
me.
해줬어. 마음은 열었지만 좋아요, 감사합니다.
As it happens, I
개웃기네,
read
아침에.
about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident too.
가족 얘기는 처음 꺼내네, 다른 사람한테.
I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach.
아, 여기서 찾는 거구나. 아내랑 딸을 이 해변에서.
The people who died in the two void outs were there.
근데 다 해변으로 가는데 어떻게 찾아?
What happened? What's going on?
죽은 자는 말을 하지 않는다. 할머니가 직원을 쓸 줄 알아?
I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession.
있다.
Hey! It's me! Where are you going? Wait!
와, 할머니
Don't
직원
leave without
지렸다.
me! No! Don't go!
네, 이렇게 해서 현실로 돌아온다.
The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart, but it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam?
있잖아.
Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
엄마랑 누나 사진 있잖아.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a prepper-owned station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt.
중부지역.
Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
Shut up. I'm putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to
늦으면
observe
어떡해.
unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station.
서부나에 먹혔구나.
The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot.
Not.
Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
3분 지났어. 저 모래시계 쳐야 되는데?
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
누가 말하는 거야? 대신해주네. 쌤 착해. 개그맨이야. 여기 웃음 코드를 다 심어놨어 여기다가.